Welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, for Bitcoin, not much change. It did break above the previous high, but did highlight to you that be aware this could just be a high B wave, which is unfolding here. So the overall scenario of an ABC is not gone, but it became a little bit less likely. It depends on what we do now. For now, as long as we stay below 27,552, again, this can be a B wave and a move down, especially if we break out of the resistance area to the downside again. I think we are looking here at a possible C wave, which can still get a little bit deeper into our yellow support area. Support levels I'd be watching out for then are 23,050, 22,225 and 21,050. So no change from that point of view. The narrative and the idea and the whole how do you say? Basically the narrative of the last few weeks is still active. So that means as long as we hold the green support area, and the critical support here is 17,567, the overall trend is up. As long as we are holding the yellow support area, which means 21,050, also here on the short term, this wave count doesn't need to change and remains valid. Basically this 1-2 setup. But there are of course a few ways how this can unfold. It's always worth, if you trade the lower degree waves, to understand the different possibilities and risks and resistance areas, pivots, and so on. So at the moment, I'm watching still this scenario just because it's more simple. So the wave 1 to the upside, then an A wave down here, which landed on the 14th of March. Then the A wave would be here. Then an ABC to the upside here, an overshooting B wave that landed in the resistance area I showed you earlier today. And if we get rejected here, we could come down in the C wave. This could also be, and I think I talked about that in one of the previous videos, but I can't always mention all scenarios in every video. And also some of the channel members have asked about this scenario, and it's absolutely valid, that the wave 5 never ended here on the 14th of March, but actually up here. It is possible. So that means that we should get a bit of an extension still higher, which means we need to be on the side of caution. That introduces quite a bit of complexity. While it was quite, I think, straightforward here to follow, green support area, yellow support area, as long as they hold, trend is higher. It's always a bit complicated if you say, okay, wave 1 could have finished here, maybe here, because both are valid. Yeah, I can count this in a very valid way as a 5-wave move up, and many altcoins performed in a similar way. So I'm leaning towards this scenario. I just want to mention the other one as well. I'm leaning towards this, that this here is the wave 1 on the 14th of March where we peaked. Just because for many altcoins have a very similar scenario. And on many altcoin charts, I can't really talk about a wave 1 extension. So I'm leaning towards that. But technically, just by looking at the Bitcoin chart, it could be that the move up that we see here is just a wave 1 extension. But even then, it probably will not reach a much, it will be similar to the higher B wave sort of scenario. And to keep it simple, therefore, I don't really want to entertain that idea too much until it really becomes very, very clear. Yeah. So this is, we need to consider this. And at the moment, I'm looking at the idea that, we came down in an A wave. This is an overshooting B wave, which again doesn't happen very often in a wave 2, but it does happen. So it's valid, certainly. It's only really if we break above 27,552 that we have a confirmation that a third wave rally has started. Until then, we are still in the resistance area for the B wave within wave 2. So it's getting very interesting now. It's going to be interesting over the weekend how this is going to play out. I mean, maybe today we already get some more clues. For example, if we now get rejected here and come down, it would rather confirm the yellow C wave scenario. And that would give everybody who missed any entries, maybe in the green support area, maybe here because Bitcoin didn't touch the yellow box, another chance for entering or re-entering, if you want to use these boxes. If we, however, break higher directly, then we are probably in a wave 3 breakout to 30K. That's why technically I did mention over the last week or so that I keep my core position and don't sell it, because direct breakouts to the upside are always possible in a volatile market like crypto. It's not an easy market. Especially if you try to trade every single wave. But the core position I entered down here, I'm keeping, not selling, but I am selling, or I did sell here some of the floating positions. And if we come down into the C wave lower, I will add a little bit more. But don't forget, I've got my grid bot running anyway, so any upside is going to be eaten up by the grid bot. And any sideways range, that's what the grid bot loves. Just to highlight that. What else to mention? There isn't much more, so it's just really currently still B wave as a high priority scenario, even though I don't like the idea really in a wave 2. And the idea that the wave 1 could have finished here is also a possibility, or could finish up here is also possible. But then again, I don't want to introduce too much complexity. Bear in mind, you can keep it very simple and don't need to put too much brain power into those lower degree wave counts, which change frequently as the price changes as well. You can just look at those pivots and the key support levels and the key resistance areas. And that is sometimes easier for many people. Yeah. So that's sort of what I'm looking at as well. I might add a few more positions in the yellow box. Bitcoin never reached it. Yeah, many altcoins did though in the last few days. So let's see how that is going to turn out. We had a critical point up there in this in this red box. We also didn't have massive volume today. So I'm thinking, for a wave 3, if the wave 3 already started, we should normally see decent volume as we saw, let me zoom out. Here, on the 14th of March, that was decent volume. So the rally was supported by volume. You typically tend to see a decline in volume in a wave 5. So this could be the wave 5 of 1 or the B wave. At the moment, we only have 3 waves, as you can see. So how can we, what would be a point where we say breakout to the downside is occurring here in the C wave? Or at what point is a continuation higher unlikely or getting less likely? Well, I would say, it's if we break now below the 50% retracement of that journey here, or that distance traveled between waves B and C. We're looking here at the 25,830 level. A break below that would, in my opinion, increase the speed to the downside, the momentum to the downside. Yeah, so let's see. Change overall, no overall change in the scenario. Again, you can keep it very simple as long as 21,050 is holding. The trend is to the upside is further ongoing, right? And no trend change is needed. No adjustment to the overall wave count is needed. It's just the question is just how does this correction unfold in an ABC? Is it already finished? If it is, it would have been a very a very, very short wave 2. So we're getting into a bit of a complex scenario here. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.